Lately, you've been thinking about starting a YouTube channel, but you're worried like so many content creators that are just starting out are worried. What if no one watches my videos? But here's the thing though that I've learned in being a YouTuber for about 2 years, that YouTube is life-changing. An honest fact that it's okay if no one watches. Because there's so much you can learn from being a YouTuber. There's so much you can learn from being on this place. And today I'm going to be talking about that because why not? Right? It's 2025 and if your goal for the year is to become a YouTuber, then this video is the right one for you. So why should you become a YouTuber even if no one watches? Firstly, you build skills. I've learned so much from doing YouTube compared to a lot of things. I've learned how to tell stories the right way. I've learned how to be approachable in my videos. I've learned the art of editing. I've learned to be confident. I'm an introvert. So, this has really helped me in a lot of ways with my ADHD and my introversion. It's helped me come out of my box. And because of that, it's a lot easier for me to talk to people who I don't really know because I'm more confident. Talking to yourself in your room does wonders for your confidence, I'm telling you that. Because it's either you feel like you are crazy or it builds your confidence. So you gotta pick one. But it really truly changed my life in the way I saw introversion, confidence, and YouTube in general. My second point is all to do with YouTube really made me look at myself as a person. Because when I started doing YouTube, I really did not have that much personal growth I was working on, if I'm going to be honest with you. And doing YouTube changed my perspective on a lot of things. It challenged myself because, one, I learned that not everyone is going to like what you're doing. I mean, you might have a killer video. I'm telling you, a killer video, a killer topic, and no one watches. That can be numbing. Like you spend hours editing your video, making sure the thumbnail looks great, making sure it pops, making sure you edit the video the right way, and then crickets. That changes your perspective on a lot of things. When you do YouTube, you have to embrace the idea of rejection immediately because you realize that you are throwing something into the abyss. You're throwing something at the wall and hoping it sticks, and often it doesn't really stick and it just falls down and you kind of there scratching your head thinking to yourself, but what now? What next? And I think that's the thing though I've learned about YouTube, that it really isn't about what you think people want, but it's about what they want. And it's taught me a lot about myself, that sometimes, you know, things are not going to work out. Sometimes your plans aren't going to work out. Sometimes, you're going to lose out on something. I used to get so frustrated because of my ADHD. Sometimes I want things to work, and when they don't, it's frustrating. Like not waking up the right time, or not being able to do the work I wanted to do, or being frustrated that I'm not motivated. And I used to get so frustrated on that. I'll be like, oh my gosh. But you know what? Now I don't. Surprisingly, now I'm like, there's always tomorrow. And I think I learned a lot of that due to me pushing myself out of my comfort zone, embracing rejection, feeling as if, okay, today I might even get 2 likes or 3 likes. I'm lucky if I get 3 judges on my video. So that taught me a lot about YouTube. But it also taught me that YouTube can either make you or break you. One of my favorite things is YouTube is a creative outlet for me. I have done so much in terms of my creativity. And the concept of starting a channel, even if no one watches, is so more engaging to me than it was before I even started a YouTube channel. Because I'm now like, oh, you know what? I've got this great concept for a YouTube channel and I'm going to do it. And I'm more willing to step out of my comfort zone because of that, because I challenged myself. And because I learned a lot of things. I mean, if you're having to tell stories and you're having to say it in a coherent manner in 8 minutes without you going overboard, and you've got ADHD and you're trying not to go overboard, that really does change your mind in terms of what you can do creatively. So it's helped a lot. Another thing with YouTube that is so great is the small community, the focus on a small community, focusing on building a group of people whose thoughts align with yours. And it makes you feel as if you are a small thought leader. And I mean, it's terrifying, but at the same time, it feels as if you've got more of a purpose. It's kind of weird to explain, but you are helping people or putting a thought out there that people can believe in or people can understand, or you're telling stories that people can relate with, or you're helping people understand concepts that they might not have understood until you laid the foundation for them, or you're helping someone with a problem, or you're helping give people ideas on how to make money online, or how to start a business, or how to start something creatively, or how to step out of their comfort zone. And that makes you feel as if you're doing more, compared to just sitting on your couch and wallowing in your own thoughts. But but it does change the way you look at things a lot, right? But also not only that, in terms of your portfolio, like if you want to impress people out there, there's nothing better than a YouTube portfolio. Whether it is you having a business and you want to get more clients, or you having maybe a creative, you're more of a creative person, like you're a freelancer, you build a portfolio on YouTube, or maybe you are a graphic designer or a photographer, you show it on YouTube, because YouTube is a massive search engine. And because YouTube is a massive search engine, it's a lot easier for you to get noticed on YouTube compared to the evil masters at Google. I know that's really not what's happening at Google, but I honestly feel like Google tends to suppress your voice more than YouTube. So it's a lot easier for you to get heard on YouTube. I'm not saying it's super easy, like you just grab the remote and you just press a button and all of a sudden everything works. Nope. I believe that was gonna happen when I started YouTube. That's not gonna happen. Nah, nope, don't know. But here's the thing though. It does change your perspective because you're building something. And when you're building something, it's a lot easier to show anyone your work because it's on a massive platform. So you can get more clients, you can get more businesses, you can get more of your dream job. It's a lot easier. Also, there's a massive passive income opportunity on YouTube. So it is great because you can have several income streams all from one platform, which is completely different from your blog or from Twitter or Instagram or all these other sites. YouTube makes it super easy. There's AdSense, there are sponsors, there are brand deals, there's a lot of things you could do with YouTube because it's literally an easier way for your video to get seen. So even if you don't have a lot of followers, it's a lot easier for it to pop. Now here's the thing though. I've spoken about all the benefits. There are a lot of benefits when it comes to being on YouTube. But there also is a lot of things that come to you about if it doesn't work out. Like what if no one watches my videos? What if no one understands my content? What if no one relates? What if no one clicks? What if I don't get subscribers? What if, I have to do all that effort and no one watches? There's a concept I heard a couple of years ago that said that do something even if no one takes notice. Work at something even if no one takes notice. And you gotta get over the fear of being seen and not being seen. I mean, that was deep when I heard it. I was like, wow. Like, I wish right now I was in a poetry club with those people clicking their fingers. Anyway, my point is that was a very deep concept because it explains a lot, right? When you hear it, it explains a lot because so many of us are afraid of being seen, so many of us are afraid that no one is going to watch our videos. So many of us never step out of a comfort zone because we always like, what if it doesn't work out? What if I fail? What if I go nowhere? What if I fail my first video? There's so many people with introversion. There's so many people who are autistic and on YouTube. There's so many people who've got all these things, but they are YouTubers, you know? And you gotta be okay with being seen or not being seen. You gotta be okay with the idea that no one's gonna watch your video because you're gonna grow so much from it. And when that day comes, when you eventually get the subscribers and eventually get the watch time, you're gonna be prepared for it because you would have gone through all this. Like YouTube now is literally like the Matrix compared to 10 years ago when it really wasn't, and you'd throw maybe a stick and somehow it would land literally on the perfect spot. No, 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 that doesn't happen. But nonetheless, I do think that YouTube is a great place to start. I do think that YouTube will change your life in so many ways. And here's the trick. First of all, pick a topic you love to talk about. Okay? Start simple. Consistency over quality. Because the more consistent you are, the easier it is for you to just step out of your comfort zone. Take action. As hard as it is, just take action. One step at a time. That's what counts, right? The more action steps you take, the easier it becomes, and the easier it becomes, the more you're going with the flow. That's my philosophy for 2025. That's my philosophy. So you gotta step out of your comfort zone, challenge yourself, embrace change, embrace the complicated, embrace the challenges, because when you got it, okay? And then you gotta set small goals. And the reason for this is because if you set big goals, you're sometimes setting yourself up for success, for failure. So set small goals, and then it's a lot easier to succeed compared to setting these massive big goals and you not succeeding because, yeah. So here's the thing though, when you look at all this, my journey is obviously going to be different from everyone else's journey. My experiences are obviously going to be different from everyone else's experiences. And that's what makes us so unique. Because one thing I've learned about YouTube is regardless of even if you've got 300 creators from the same city talking about the same topic, I know that's really impossible, but you know, just stay with me, okay? You are going to still find people who are going to want to absorb your content. And it might take some time. It might take some time. You know, the interesting thing that I did, I was not really getting a lot of success with TikTok. This is a small example. And I decided on the 4th of January, the 3rd or 4th of January, that I was not going to take no for an answer and I was going to try and do the right thing or try to conquer the algorithm. And I was set, I was focused. And you know the interesting thing that happened? For the first time, my video blew up. I posted numerous videos and none of them blew up. That video blew up. And the reason for it blowing up was because I chose to do something different. And that's the thing about YouTube. You can't change your route if you don't know what route doesn't work. So you gotta figure out what your route is, and if it doesn't work, try another route and keep trying until eventually you land or get to where you want to go. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, please like, please subscribe, so that you're always notified whenever a next video comes out.